Most people think you need a pro for every home project, but honestly, some jobs are so simple, it's almost criminal to pay contractor prices. So we're going to show you the 3 projects we'd always DIY and exactly how to do them yourself to save you hundreds of dollars in the process. And stick around to the end because we have a bonus project for you. One of the biggest issues with hiring a contractor is that there is a minimum charge to what you will pay just to get them to show up at your house. When the project is super easy and only takes the contractor 15 to 30 minutes to finish, this minimum fee feels like a big waste of money. Swapping out electrical fixtures is actually really easy and safe if you can follow a few basic steps. In fact, a basic like-for-like swap, meaning you're just replacing an old fixture with a new version of the same thing, can be done in 15 minutes. Here's everything you need to know in just 60 seconds. In most modern homes in the US, your hot wire should be black or red, neutral is white, and ground is either green or bare copper. And in the EU, your hot should be brown, black, or gray, neutral is blue, and your ground is green with a yellow stripe. If your wire colors don't match these, then you'll need to look up your exact setup. After shutting off the power at your breaker, these swaps are usually as easy as matching the wire colors to the diagram that came with your fixture or your switch. Swap out each wire in the wire nut, connector, or terminal. Then tug on them to make sure they don't come loose. If they are tight and you don't see any exposed metal except the ground wire, you are good to go. And most switches and fixtures just screw right into the junction box. So all you need is a screwdriver. Don't pay a contractor a $200 show-up fee for a 20-minute job that you can learn once and use forever.
And it's not just electricians. Plumbers often have the same show-up minimum. Don't get me wrong, running new plumbing lines definitely requires knowledge and skill, which can make plumbing projects feel scary. But plumbing fixtures, they're designed to be easily replaceable. If you can screw a garden hose onto a spigot, then you already have the skills to replace your fixture. Shower heads are one of the easiest swaps to make because you just screw the old one off and screw the new one on. Sink faucets are the next step up. They're still very beginner friendly, provided you have a shutoff valve to stop the water flow before you start. The hardest part about replacing a faucet is just the awkwardness of getting to the mounting nuts, which are the hardware holding your faucet tight to your countertop. There are only really 2 ways plumbing fixture connections seal. Back it up. Back it up. There are really only 2 ways these plumbing fixture connections seal. First, look inside the fixture or hose for a rubber washer. Its job is to squish down and create a seal. For these, you only need to tighten them hand tight so they bottom out on the washer. If you use a wrench, you will likely crush or tear that rubber, which actually causes a leak. If you don't see a rubber washer, then you'll need to seal the threads on the fixture. This is where you use plumber's tape, sometimes called Teflon or pipe tape. You wrap it 3 times around the metal threads. In the same direction, you'll be twisting the hose connection on. There should be flat sides on the hose, so you can use a wrench to tighten it down. The plumber's tape acts like a filler for the tiny gaps between the metal grooves, and these threads are usually tapered so they get tighter as you go. You won't bottom out these threads. Just tighten them by hand and then use a wrench to tighten them 3 more full turns. Then test for leaks. So the lesson here is don't let fear stop you from taking on basic plumbing projects. Start with these fixture swaps. They're low risk, high confidence wins, and they're the best way to build momentum that you need for bigger projects.
Okay, we've covered 2 categories people are scared of: electricity and plumbing. Now let's move on to a category that is almost 0 risk but can completely change the look of a room. Some projects don't actually require specialized knowledge or expensive tools. You are just paying for the contractor's time and labor. Interior painting is one of these jobs, as it's expensive to outsource but simple to do yourself. There is nothing complicated about painting your walls, but it can get messy if you skip the prep work. As you get better with a brush, you can skip a lot of this prep work, but painter's tape and drop cloths like plastic sheeting make this much easier for beginners. Painting is basically 3 steps. Cover your floors and furniture with drop cloths to protect them from drips. Then use painter's tape to tape off the edges of the baseboards, trim, and ceilings for cleaner paint lines. Start by cutting in, which just means using a brush to paint about a 2-inch border around the edges where your roller can't reach. Once the edges are done, use a roller for the large open spaces. If you still see the old color peeking through, wait for it to dry to touch up and then hit it with a second coat. Then peel your painter's tape off while it's still slightly wet. If you wait until it's bone dry, the tape can actually pull off chunks of the wall when you finally remove it. Finally, clean your drop cloths and paint trays and wash out your brushes and rollers so they can be used again. Just like that, your space is transformed. Now, quick side note, this is for interior painting specifically. Exterior painting requires specialized processes and tools, and interior drywall work, like fixing big holes or smoothing bumps, requires a lot of skill to get the best results. Even we still hire pros for those jobs, but painting for a standard bedroom wall, you've got that. Save your hard-earned money and contractor budget for high-skilled projects. Interior paint is the perfect place to start as a beginner DIYer. It's cheap, forgiving, and high impact.
Speaking of projects that take more time than skill, it's time for our bonus project that you should never hire a contractor for. If you want a big room transformation without a contractor's help, the luxury vinyl plank can do that. LVP flooring is surprisingly easy to install, and the best part is that you don't even need any fancy tools to install it. All you need is a utility knife, a square, and a straight edge. To start installing, simply mark the plank's length, line up your square, score the top of the plank 2 to 3 times with your knife, and then snap it like a cracker. These planks then click together as you work your way across the space. Because of the special way the edge is designed, no glue or nails are needed. When you get to the last row, you'll need to use your straight edge to score and snap the long edge of the plank, but the concept is the same. Now, the cutting and assembly is the easy part, but there are a few things that will make or break this flooring project. First, LVP flooring is beginner friendly so long as your floor is flat. If your subfloor has big humps or dips, the planks will bend along with the floor and can come apart over time. If it isn't flat, you'll need to research how to flatten it, and sadly that will make this a bigger project. Second, your flooring needs room to expand and contract with temperature changes. You need to leave a small gap between the floor and the wall for this to occur. So usually people try to hide this gap under the baseboards. If you want to make this project even easier and leave the old floor intact, then you'll need a way to hide this gap. You can either raise all the baseboards, or you can install shoe molding, also called quarter round, which is a thin strip of trim that nails into the baseboard to cover the gap. You don't need any fancy tools to make big transformations in your home. You just need the right projects.
So, those are our top DIY projects where you can save serious money by doing them yourself. And here's the truth. Knowing what to do is the easy part, but actually finishing is where most people struggle. We've all seen that one room with the half-finished trim or the missing outlet covers that stays that way for 6 months. If you want to actually finish what you start, watch this next video. We'll walk you through our simple 5-step system to keep projects moving forward so you get them done.